Now let's move on to the next situation that I wanted to talk about tonight. And my prayers and everything go out for the people in Baltimore and anybody connected with that and their families, friends, and all of the people that connected with what happened in Baltimore this morning. If you don't know, a cargo ship, a large cargo ship, hit the Francis Scott Keybridge this morning and caused some serious damage. The bridge collapsed, and a lot of people also hit that water. And they said, so far, from what I saw, 6 people were not found, but their bodies were all in the water. People were in the water, cars in the water. You can imagine how horrific that would have been if you were there. I went over that bridge when I was over the road, and bridges are always one of those things that you just never feel like you comfortable.
Yeah.
So our prayers go out to those folks and those people and the driver to that ship and those people on that ship. I know they ain't gonna sleep for a few days.
Yeah.
Because they lost power. The ship lost power. It wasn't just a total mess up. Something went wrong where they lost power and they hit that bridge, and Lord have mercy. And
but we don't know how it lost power. We don't know anything.
We don't know none of that. They didn't say so far. Now, whoever's watching the news still and closely, they find stuff out hourly, minute. They find out what's going on.
Because it could have been human error. Somebody could have made a mistake and hit a button or something like that, and then he couldn't bring it back. You never know. Anything could happen.
Yeah. Most of the time, it's a human error, and unfortunately, it didn't go good. It didn't go good. I saw those ships. I worked on those cargo ships. I loaded them, and I rode on them bridges. It's just a terrible thing.
He swam in the water.
No, I haven't done that. Done that.
Dude, that boy like FBI, CIA over here.
I've been around, man. In these 53 years, almost, I've been able to been involved in the little stuff.
Skydiving right over the circle of that
haven't done that yet.
No.
So our thoughts and our prayers go out to those folks
100%.
in Baltimore.
100%.
And boy, it's gonna be a lot going on about that. Anything y'all want to throw in on that? Y'all ain't. I saw it and I've been watching it and peeping at it. Y'all got anything you want to say on that? Ain't too much to say.
Nah, man, it's just sad. It's a sad time.
How this stuff happens, and we talked earlier before we started filming about how the last days and how catastrophe and different things are happening are more than normal.
Yeah,
it's not as common. This stuff happened 100 years ago, maybe 200-300 years ago, but it was not as common to have the catastrophe that we are having in these days now.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that because it wasn't recorded that we didn't know? A lot of things weren't recorded, or we found out later.
Maybe not video, but they find out about it and it's documented. So
I disagree.
With what?
It's happening more now than it did back then.
I'm sure. Probably.
I know that it's not. I get what you're saying, that it's not documented.
Yeah.
Right. But if we're going to talk prophecy, and we're going to, just to look, if we're going to gauge it by the number one thing that we should gauge everything by, which would be biblical, because we know that to be true. It's no alleged in that, right? So if we look, if we judging it based on that, then all these things that's happening is happening because of that. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue prophecy, but I'm just saying that now we're living in a world where we have more cars.
We're going to see more stuff.
Yeah, like we have more cars. We're not on horse and buggy anymore. We're traveling more. There are more things out there to become a thing. So, but
that's not a coincidence that something like that happened, man.
Allegedly,
but coincidence.
That's not no alleged coincidence, bro.
So you just think that. What's the prophecy in that hitting? Because that can be an accident.
We talked about that. Tell them
that's what I'm saying. That this is something that doesn't happen with these ships.
But what's the scripture?
These ships don't lose power like that to where they can't control it, and then they cause a catastrophic event. They may lose power sometimes, cranking up, and before they go, because these ships do a lot of testing on these ships.
But they hit bridges all the time.
Not cargo
They
ship.
just don't knock them down like this.
Look,
They may skip by them and hit. You know, I mean, look. My thing is, it doesn't happen.
He just hit it.
They could
he
do
hit that shit
Whatever
dead on.
happened, it hit a crucial point that collapsed that bridge. Because if it was a possibility of him just going across and just probably scraping it. And look, what if they find out later that when they did the inspection, they were supposed to have that bridge shut down because there were a couple of things that weren't as strong as they should be. You know, how they do all the time.
I get what you're saying, but they do inspection on
those bridges all the time.
All the time.
My thing is,
there was a bridge collapse in Minnesota, I think it was, a few years back.
my thing is, no matter what, all that we can do, these things won't be avoided because it's man-made. It's going to have all type of issues. For this ship to be running without hitting bridges, that's the miracle. That people are, you know, the most dangerous thing we do every day is what?
Wake up.
Get in a car.
Oh.
Driving is the most dangerous thing that American human beings do.
Statistically, is the more accidents. Yeah.
So just to be able to get in a car and make it here safe is a miracle. Okay. Now, you're talking about a 50-ton ship or whatever. These ships going all the time, planes, all this stuff happening. And now with prophecy, you find that no matter how prepared you are, certain things still happen. And that's where that you couldn't control. Those guys are going to be questioned till they can't stand up no more.
Yeah.
So everything could be prophecy, man. I'm not disagreeing with
it's
prophecy.
It's just the last days.
Yeah, that's always been
and things. Catastrophe is just going to be more common, and that's the sad thing.
Yeah,
we need to be preparing our families, ourselves for catastrophe based on scripture. Now, I don't want to start preaching because y'all know I do that.
Yeah, because I want to ask you a question about that. You said as Christians, you shouldn't be worrying about no catastrophe or anything like that. So
I didn't say I was worried about it.
You said prepare.
You just need to prepare your hearts and your mind and your families to understand that these things are going to be more common.
Okay.
Well, since you say worry,
we don't worry.
God is against worry. Put it that way.
We know that. Yeah, I know you just watched that on Instagram earlier today.
No, I didn't.
Go ahead. Tell me what you want to say.
No, I'm just saying, bro.
We know. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, you want me to be 100 with you. I just did something yesterday. I just watched something yesterday.
Yeah. I saw that thing go around too. It was good.
It's good.
It was good.
I did not watch nothing on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what I watched. I watched a guy named Myron Golden. That's who I watched. Myron Golden.
He was talking. He mentioned something about worrying.
Yeah.
They say worries of the devil.
Well, and anxiety,
stress, and all that stuff.
Anxious.
Yeah,
anxiety.
Be anxious for nothing. Yeah.
Right. So, and anxiety causes doubt.
Yeah. You can be prepared.
Yeah.
That's why I used to say all the time: prepare and then pray. Do all you can do, and then ask God to deal with the stuff you can't do and you can't control. You can't see.
Yeah.
But you got to do your part.
Yeah. No doubt.
For you to have a better chance of things going how it should go.
What's that part? Just explain to people who are listening. What's that part?
If you driving, you do everything you're supposed to do to drive. You follow those rules. You follow everything you have to. But even before that, you ask God to take care of what you can't control, what you can't see. That tire come off, Lord, let them angels hold that car and let me get on off the side of the road without hurting somebody and myself. But you got to do all that you can do. Okay? All right. That's that bridge. Our prayer go out to you. Like, subscribe, and comment. Like, subscribe, and comment.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Like, subscribe, and comment. T-Vol Podcast.